Hello everyone. Good afternoon. Well, just wanted to have a little chat, maybe a little therapy for me and talk things out um, on what's happening, what's going on, where I'm at over 50 years old. 56 to be exact. Yeah, I'm Gen X. And all the typical stereotypes, some, most of them fit me. I grew up in a dysfunctional family. I wouldn't call it latchkey because there was always there were 8 children, okay, so, and back then, I don't think locking the door was as much a necessity as it is today, depending on where you lived. But a lot of the stereotypes fit me. I was the oldest in a very large family, so I took up the slack from my parents. And I thought when I got out into the world, I'd be in control. Because as a child, I felt like, the problem, besides issues with the adults, some of them, that, it's just that I didn't have control. If I got out into the world, all would be well. Little did I know that there were others out there I should be looking out for. And I made bad decisions in partners, marriages, and I just thought, everybody is at the core like me. When you make a commitment, you mean it. When you say you're going to do something, you do it. You care for others, you take care of them, etc. But nothing happened exactly that way. I have been in a serious relationship now for 16 years. And the best man ever. Sometimes we say we wish we had met each other younger, but then who knows? We were damaged. Maybe if we caught each other before we were damaged. Anyway, we've gone through the healing together and we're doing really well. But one thing I do not discuss with him so much is or anyone for that matter, I learned it a long time ago, about what's going on in the world. Because my thoughts and the average person's thoughts have always been a little bit off. And believe you me, I always wanted to buy into the television narrative, the programming, and I did to a certain extent. But I've done a lot of research since forever, I don't know, on what's real, what's not real, the lies. Do you know what it is to wake up one day? I mean, I have my master's, and it's been nothing but a struggle. It certainly, it kept me to a certain level of being able to survive, but it wasn't the payoff everybody said it was going to be. I mean, in education, but still, I ran into so many problems in education because, I turned in predators. You can't have that, I bucked the system. My students do better than the other students, but I don't follow the rules, and we can't quite understand. And, I just wasn't a yes woman. I was there for the children, not a popularity contest. And my field was English, so I'm thankful for that. At least I couldn't fill them full of, a bunch of history of lies. I've gone down the rabbit hole so deep and in so many different directions. A rabbit hole makes sense because there are burrows and they go off in different tunnels and stuff. And uh, I don't know if what I'm feeling is legit or not, or just a sign of old age. But our world is on the edge. It's on the edge of change, and maybe not for the better. Most likely not for the better. The real gut punch for me, the real, like, completely getting an understanding of how bad it is, was 6 years ago. I mean, I grew up in a medical family. I was excelled in math, science, etc. I understand how to read and comprehend research papers and research studies and abstracts and blah, blah, blah. And I was always taught, you know, I mean, we grew up where a kid has chickenpox, will expose, you know, somebody has chickenpox, will expose your child to it so we can just get this over with, right? Because exposure and building of the antibodies is much more, it's better to make sure you don't get it the rest of your life, whatever it is. You have T cells long term, and you have the immunity. And when they told me, when I got tested before the vaccination, and I had COVID, I had a blood test, not a PCR, because that's worthless. Go look up Dr. Mullis. If they're testing for that, if that's accurate, because I don't trust anything. I had the long-term and short-term T cells, and then that woman sat there and told me that my immunity would only last 4 to 10 months in August of 2020. And that goes against what I was taught. So the truths become lies as well. And there's other things. Look at the bird. He's sitting right there in the chair down there. I had a bird build a nest in my mop, and the 3 baby birds hatched, and they are off that fast. And then we moved some stuff, and we found 3 baby rabbits, and we put them back. We were moving stuff and disrupted where she had hid them, and we put them back. They were so cute. They already had their hair, but they were still so tiny. I have, sometimes I feel like, you know, a programmed Disney princess back here with all the animals. Oh God, all our references are programming. Read the Grimm's fairy tales, see where Disney comes from. Anyway, I know it's not all bad, but it's, well, it's like I woke up in a world where what makes sense is not good. You know, it's not good at all. I pray for my children and my family every day, and I have a granddaughter, and God, did I worry. I think worrying is going to kill me, honestly, because I worry every day. And I know some of that is the post-traumatic stress disorder that I try and manage without medication, because I know that life can change in a split second. But one thing I do want you all to remember, no matter what, happens in the future is that when I prayed for some of the worst times in my life and was answered, I prayed to the Creator and Jesus Christ. And there is no answer but supernatural. In our world, we call it supernatural, but it's probably the most natural thing there is. It exists. It's real. And a lot of people have been turned away from that because they don't understand how God lets bad things happen. But down one of my rabbit holes, I discovered that we've been lied to about the timeline. And of course, I've already mentioned our history. The books are managed, guys. The information's managed. I mean, some of these buildings that they have that are so magnificent were built in the 1800s or whenever that they say, with guys with horses and donkeys and carriages or buggies or whatever, wagons. Some of these buildings built within a year, 7 years, that we can't build today. There's a time before now. We're not the most advanced we've ever been. We're not even close. And we base our advancements on materialism instead of spiritual morals. And that's where we have it all wrong. We have it all wrong. But these buildings were built before us. It was during the millennial reign. If you go back and read Revelation, like I thought, it's just one big event within like 7 years or so many years. It's just one big thing, wham, 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 right after another. It's quick or whatever it was. Go back and read the Bible and look at when Jesus was talking to his disciples on when he would see them again, which was before some, in their lifetime. Revelation already happened. If you read the Bible literally, the first part of it, it's already happened. You've got the melted cities. Go look at Utah. Looks like castles melted, and they want to blame it on water erosion. And there are other places out in Jerusalem, Turkey, etc. Looks like melted buildings. It's because the fire already came. This came after Noah and the flood. Okay. And what they're doing is they're following the script. So you think it's still coming. Well, they're not exactly lying. Revelation is still happening, but the end of it's going to happen. Because there's a short season. There's a little season at the end of the Bible mentioned in Revelation 20 of a short season after the millennial reign where the devil is unleashed. And they're here, ladies and gentlemen, they're here. And the reason things seem so unfair and so chaotic and nonsensical and unimaginable and unexplainable, and people say one thing and do another, is because it's Satan's little season and he's in charge, and people have gone along to get along, and most of the population has paid a price for that. So the next time you want to blame God for that car accident, it was a person that did it. Next time you want to blame something on God, remember, just look at the core of it. A person did it. A person caused that to happen. Sometimes purposely, sometimes by accident. But on the big picture, when those of us who are in charge of us look like they have lost their ever-loving effing minds and they make no sense anymore, it's because they're not in charge. There's even theories that, the Nephilim are here. They're just not giants anymore. They can shift change, and they might be the people in charge of us right now. I don't know. But what makes sense to me is that we are at the little season. I don't know how long the little season is. Some people think it started in 1776 under the greatest experiment, America. I don't know. I don't know when the end of the little season is. But everything points to that. The Bible has always been very confusing for me. Why are not things not in order? Why were things left out? What makes something canonical, a canon of the Bible, and other books are not? The different interpretations, the hundreds, maybe thousands of a different sects of Christianity. I mean, the different variations of all the different religions. I mean, we can't agree on anything. It's chaos. And God doesn't cause chaos. And as the years go on, it gets worse because it's not hidden anymore. It's been happening. It was just hidden. They hid things from us. So everything appeared to be just fine. Everything was great in our own little worlds. But always, except for maybe 10 years, there's been war of some kind. And this is purposeful. This is not by accident. This is money making. This is part of the plan. We destroy the buildings. We destroy the proof of the millennial reign. We destroy the proof that you are not in the right timeline. That everything we've said is a lie. I mean, I just found out yesterday. I mean, I know about the catacombs below Paris because of literature. 7 to 8 million bodies. And there's only a mile of these catacombs that's open to the public right now. I think they're under repair for whatever reason. Bodies down there. I didn't know that the tunnels of the catacombs were 180 miles. And the public only has access to 1 mile. I mean, that's insane. I mean, just story after story after hidden information after hidden information after hidden information. Things that, what is going on? We don't know. And that's the whole point. We don't know. They don't want us to know anything. They want us to work, earn money, and shut up. Okay, and it's getting to the point where they don't even want us to earn money or own anything anymore. They don't even want us to survive. After 6 years, what happened 6 years ago, you think that they actually care for us? That was the biggest gut punch, for me, is that it's not a building in New York with 3,000 people. It's the whole world. I don't, I'm kind of just rambling here. I understand my thoughts are a process, but there's one thing I can guarantee you 100% is that the Creator is real. He is real. And for whatever reason, He's not in total charge right now. The devil has been unleashed, okay? And there's going to be a final battle. Gog and Magog. Check Revelation 20. That's where I think we are. I really do. Every time I look at something from the lens of the little season and apply it to our current time right now, it fits much better than what we're being told. So understand that what I'm saying is biblical. It's just fixing what I think is where we are in time. That's all. But why would they do that? Why would they lie about that? Why would they destroy the proof that the millennial reign has already been here? Because they want you to doubt that the Bible's real and that Jesus Christ said what He said and He meant it, and that He didn't wait 2,000 years to come back. He came back pretty soon after His resurrection, within, I think, 30 years. It's a guess, but, and the destruction was profound. It was during the time of the fall of Rome. That's when it happened. That was Revelation, the beginning. I just want to throw these ideas out there. I don't know if knowing helps as far as knowing where our timeline is, but I think knowing that what He said is what He meant is profoundly life-changing. And it gives me a little bit of peace in this chaotic world. And all the good souls out there gotta keep going, and we gotta stay, and we've gotta fight mentally, not physically necessarily. I'm too old to be fighting physically, but we've got to keep going for the younger ones. And God, things used to be a lot simpler, right? I took those bumper stickers on the cars, question authority, a little too seriously. But it's who I am. And I was born questioning things, and I can't change that. To change that would be to deny a lot of who I am. So I know some of it sounds a bit nuts, but just remember what's crazier: the programming that they've given us to make it the things that they have programmed us to believe and care about, or what's actually truly real. So I just want y'all to, I don't know what that'll do for you. I'm struggling, but I feel it needs to be said. Pray every day. Ask for strength. Ask for discernment and understanding through Him. And that's all you can do. One day at a time. Love to you all. Bye for now.